Triple H, we're giving you one more chance. You have one more Royal Rumble, one more WrestleMania to prove yourself as a competent booker. Right through 2025 has been one of the worst years that I can remember of WWE. Terrible storylines, matches that really have no substance, right? And I'll go down the feuds that he's created that are just horrible, okay? And when you look at the other WrestleManias that he was the leader or in charge of, there was already pre-built stories for him to go off of, right? We had the Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. They were the main event for 3 years straight, right? The Rock came and The Rock basically made that important, right? I'm pretty sure it was WrestleMania 40. That had nothing to do with Triple H, right? And the year that we've seen, last year, where Triple H had to create his own stories and create his own main event and make his own WrestleMania card, it was horrible. We had Travis Scott basically be the main event, the guy who caused Cody Rhodes to lose his title, right? And then after, Travis Scott was never seen again. The guy who made John Cena tap out, Gunther, tapped out to Jey Uso. So he goes from tapping out to Jey Uso to tapping out John Cena. And we're supposed to look at him like, oh, he's undefeatable. You can't beat him. No, we just saw him tap out to Jey Uso. But we're supposed to forget about that. I guess that never happened. Okay. And he has the audacity to make himself a 2K cover. Just him, a Triple H edition. Are you kidding me? And the thing is with Triple H, he thinks he's above criticism, right? He wants the fans to shut up and enjoy the show. He doesn't want any criticism towards the show or himself, right? And if you're not going to listen to the feedback that a lot of your fans are giving you, how are you going to make your shows better when you're not listening to your fans, right? He thinks his product is better than what the fans want or what the fans think. And yes, you're going to have those WWE fanboys that are going to cheer no matter what. And eventually, they're going to stop watching, which has happened over the years, over the months, over the weeks. The viewership has plummeted. Right? I remember when Netflix Monday Night Raw was supposed to be this huge thing. This was a perfect time to gain new viewers. Right? The first show actually had a good amount of viewership. But of course, after watching that first show, you're like, there's no point of me watching it. And one of the main reasons on why it's hard to get any new viewers to watch these shows is because there's no organic feuds. There's no organic storylines that feel real at all. The last one was the We Want Cody movement, right, with The Rock. And that was because of The Rock, let's be honest. When The Rock came back a year or two ago, that was the best we've gotten in so long. Okay, but that's The Rock. The Rock's a great actor. The Rock's a great performer. But once he left, you see where WWE went, right? They rely heavily on tournaments, right, to make anything feel special, to make anything feel worth watching. That's what they do. Oh, let's have a tournament. Right? They drag storylines. When they do have a story, they just drag it out. Right? We have the MTFs and the Wyatt Six. They've been feuding for over a year, it feels like. They've been feuding for over a year, and now they're currently fighting for a lantern or whatever. That's what they're fighting for. We had to watch a year of Damian Priest and Aleister Black feuding for no reason. There was no story. They just feuded for a year. That's the stuff that Triple H does. He puts people in a feud with no story. So we're supposed to, every week, we're supposed to sit back, watch the same match, and be happy with it? We're not supposed to criticize it? That doesn't make sense to me. But for some reason, it makes sense to Triple H and his team. And there was guys like LA Knight, who was over for the past 2 years. Now he's not as over as he used to be. But instead of choosing LA Knight to be a world champion, he chose Jey Uso. Jey Uso can't even put 4 words together in a promo. But he chose him over LA Knight. Why is that? I have no idea. Is it because he's a Samoan and he's part of the bloodline? Probably. That's the only reason why I can see. But LA Knight's only getting older. He's almost 50 at this point. I don't see him ever becoming a world champion. And that's because of Triple H. Triple H never gave him an opportunity. And here's one thing that he's correcting, right? When he had the NXT call-ups, right? Remember Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Braun Breaker, and all of them. Carmelo Hayes was doing nothing for a whole year. A whole year. Now he's finally a mid-card champion. He's doing his thing in the mid-card. But that last year is when he should have done that, right? But instead, he gives the U.S. title to a Shinsuke Nakamura, right? And once he won that title, he did nothing for months. He didn't even show up on the show. He won the title, did not show up on the show, and then lost it like 3 months later. These are my problems with Triple H. This is why I don't understand. And the people who defend it, it's how do you even how can you defend that? Right? There was no storyline for Shinsuke even winning the US title. Half you guys probably forgot he was a US champion because it just didn't make sense. Right? And LA Knight just chilling in the back. Carmelo Hayes at that time was just doing nothing. But at least they're now pushing the NXT talent like an Obafemi, who I don't think he's been on any show besides the Saturday Live event and the week before that with Cody Rhodes. Trick Williams, who's actually probably the main character on SmackDown, and Javon Evans, who was one of the top characters who they were introducing on Raw, but he did get hurt, so I don't know when he's coming back. But it looks like they're trying to make up from their mistakes in the past. Multiple triple threats in last year's WrestleMania, where we had the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and was it Cody or CM Punk? I don't even know. I don't care. Right? We had the Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Right? Last year was like the year of triple threats. That was Triple H's thing. Oh, Triple H, triple threat. Maybe that's why. Right? We have an underwhelming women's division, and the booking in general has been horrible. Rhea Ripley has been, she used to be honestly the best wrestler on Raw, and now she's just a tag team for Io Sky. And I still don't understand why they're even a tag team. I mean, there was a whole year-long or half a year-long feud with the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky, and then Rhea Ripley, for some reason, put herself in that feud. But yeah, I guess that's why. Why does Rhea love Io so much? I have no idea. But they made them a tag team, and they're probably the top tag team for the women's division at this point. But there's no gimmicks, right? And that's the point where, at least Kit Wilson, right, on SmackDown, one of the best characters, right, because he has a gimmick, the toxic masculinity thing, right? It's funny, it's cool. Not cool, but it's funny, right? Bring the gimmicks back. The women's division, bring gimmicks. There's no gimmicks in the women's division. They're all basically like the same character. Like they're an emo, tough girl. That's been the trend for the past couple of years. Then we just got to bring gimmicks back. That's really my main point with this women's division. You have to build up these characters. It feels like there's only 5, main or important characters on the women's division. I know Bianca Belair hasn't been on the show for a while. Naomi as well. Jade Cargill is the champion with no title defenses. Just boring. You know what I mean? How can you be excited for a champion when they never defend their title? There's no storylines. And now they're having a storyline with her and Jordynne Grace. But every time Jordynne Grace is on the mic, Jade Cargill just walks away. That's really what we're getting. You know what I mean? So, Tiffany Stratton was champion. Nothing. Right? Who's the other champion is Stephanie Vaquer. Nothing. But is it Stephanie Vaquer? I'm pretty sure it's Stephanie Vaquer. And if she's not, I don't know who is. And another problem is the 50-50 booking. Right? There's no one character that feels more important. Every time there's a main match, it ends in a disqualification, or there's a disruption, or there's some guy who cheats. There's never just a clean win when it's a major fight. Yes, there's a squash match between a top guy or a top girl and a mediocre person, right? But when they're both top guys, they never win clean. If someone can correct me, please do. But this is the last chance I'm giving Triple H. The last Royal Rumble, last WrestleMania. If this is another failed WrestleMania, it's done. You have to have a new head of creative, right? Because this has been the worst year. 2025 has been a horrible year. We had the John Cena last year, but no one cared. It didn't feel like John Cena's last year. And that's the problem. Because we know John Cena is one of the best on the mics. He barely let him cook anyone. They protected Cody Rhodes every week leading up to WrestleMania 41 or 42, whatever number. I don't care. The last WrestleMania. They protected Cody Rhodes that whole year, that whole reign. John Cena couldn't say anything until one day. And then Cody Rhodes said, "Oh, you have more dick in that promo than you do in your jorts." And then you have those fanboys. Wow, that's so cool. They're probably paid off. Those guys are probably paid to say that's cool. That's what I'm guessing. Okay. But yeah, man, this is the last year Triple H has. If this is another horrible WrestleMania, you have to fire him. I'm not saying bring back Vince McMahon, but you got to bring someone in. Maybe The Rock. I wouldn't mind The Rock being head of creative, but he probably wouldn't even want to. The Rock's he's a movie star, man. So he don't care. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for this video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And Royal Rumble is coming up on Saturday. So I will be covering that the next day, the following day, when we have a winner. Hopefully a winner is someone who deserves it. It's probably not going to be LA Knight. It's probably not going to be Better not be Jey Uso, man. Jey Uso wins back-to-back. Oh, Lord. There's going to be riots. Cody Rhodes better not win. If Cody Rhodes wins, that's just stupid. I really don't know. It's probably going to be... My guess is Braun Breaker. That's my guess. Braun Breaker. But we'll see. That's not who I want to. That's who I think. I think they're going to have Braun Breaker as, like, the new guy to win a Royal Rumble. Because they need someone new. You can't have someone who's already won, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.